our sound across and get the 112 sound out through the album. And that's, that was, of course, it was a sacrifice because all of us wanted to sing lead, but we also understood that it's called the music business for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to go into a church and, and all four of us were singing leads, on Sundays or whatnot, you can do that all day long. You're not going to be successful in the music business, but if you want to get your rocks off, you can, as far as, that goes and whatnot, man. But we understood that Slim's voice was so unique that immediately once you heard it, you knew that was 112. And that's how we won. You know what I mean? We wanted to be different than everybody else, man. And Slim just had that voice. Yes, everybody else could sing. And, but when it came to singing on an up-tempo record, singing along with it, staying in pocket, having the voice that makes people want to sing along to, man, that was Slim all day long. And so we understood that. And I know I understood it. And we are better off for it. Like, I believe that was the formula that made us so successful. Like, could I have sung a lot of them leads? Absolutely, I could have, man. But my voice is so similar to what you've heard before, like a Casey, like a Gerald Levert. You've heard that before. You've never heard a voice like Slim before.
Man, powerful, man, definitely. Let's talk about Biggie Smalls, man. Can y'all give us some recollections, some good stories of Biggie, and especially working with him and being on the same label as Biggie?
Oh, hey, you got that one, Prince. You got good ones.
Okay, I'll tell you a story. Well, yeah, man, Big was like, I always say that I see genius in the music industry because there's so many talented artists that you think that when you listen to music, you like, bro, we got to go in and holler at this dude. When I tell you that the smoke was like from your chest up, you didn't know who was what, whatever. We were just in there trying to, maneuver and trying to be like, we heard him. We were like, oh, okay, Big over here. So we went over there and like, yo, bro, what's happening, bro? You know what I mean? We were just high as all get out, man. Like, we had the contact all get out, bro. But he was like, yo, y'all sitting here, man, and chill out with me. Jayz's over in the corner. Charlie Baltimore's in the corner. C's, Junior Mafia. Everybody's in the room. And this poor engineer, man, like, this dude was baked. He was baked out of his mind, right? And he was like, yo, like, like, he just kept playing the record over and over again. And Big just sat there amongst everybody, just listening to people talk and everything, man. And so around 4:30 a.m., he just got up and went into the booth. He's like, yo, I'm ready. And he did. I got a story to tell. And that's the one where you got the 112 CD blast. That because we was in the room with him. And, he was talking. So it was just, that was the kind of dude that he was, man. Like, in every sense of the word, this dude was a genius. And also one of the funniest dudes on planet Earth, man. Like, I know the persona was for him to be, the Black Frank White, the king of New York, and this gangster and the whole nine, which a lot of that was as well. However, dude was, he was a comedian more than anything else. And everything unfold, you know what I mean? With Big. Big was like that dude that everybody looked up to. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I know the stories are different now, and because everybody are bosses and kings now, man. So, well, everybody was always a king, but everybody's bosses now, man. So, the story differs a little bit over time, but we were actually there and we saw it. You know what I mean? Like Jigga was in the corner watching Big operate. You know what I mean?
He literally, yes, yeah, he did.
Yeah, so that's that's what we remember about him, man. So not necessarily in the booth with him at the time. But you could tell he was there learning and just evolving and watching this greatness that Big was, displaying for everybody and was ready to take on that mantle as well.
I gotta ask you this. So what do you think about Jay referencing a lot of Big's lyrics and taking criticism in some of the beef records and something like that, people poking fun at that? Do you think that was him being the fly on the wall, kind of admiring greatness in front of him, or was he taking notes?
He was taking notes, bro.
Yeah, he was taking notes. Yeah, man.
He was taking notes, bro. Like, every last one of us is taken from, somebody ahead of us, somebody that we consider great. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a disciple of Kim Burrell. You know what I mean? I can't do everything that she does, but I'm damn near close. But I'm just a disciple of her. Marvin Sapp from Commission. I'm a disciple of his. I'm taking everything. I'm taking a little bit KC from Jodeci. I'm taking a little bit from everybody that came. That king of New York, that king of the world mentality, you know, he just took that and he ran with it.
Yeah. Powerful, definitely. Tupac. Did you guys know Tupac? Did you meet Tupac? Can you talk a little bit about Tupac Shakur?
We met his mother.
Okay.
Finney, and she could not have been the nicest, more nicer of a person. Her spirit was just, her energy and her spirit was just an amazing thing. She made you feel like she was your mama off the rip. Like we met her at the at MTV, and she was a fan of One Twist. She said, "I love you guys. I love your spirit. I love your energy." And you can tell where he got that spirituality from. You could tell where that energy came from, man. And yeah, we met a Fenty, man, and she was, when I tell you, she lit up the entire room, man, with her energy and just her spirit. You just wanted to be around her, man. And we were better off for it, man. Just meeting her. We didn't necessarily meet Pop because during that time, that's when all that beef was going on, and but it was, in our estimation, man, we loved him. We respected him as an artist. And we just felt like there should have been a better way for two black men to figure out how to deal with beef, as opposed to it ending up in violence. Now, I'm not saying that they were involved with each other's lives, but the totality of what happened. You know what I mean? And I just felt like we were too great of people for us not to find a solution to this quote unquote East Coast West Coast beef.
What was the atmosphere at Bad Boy after Tupac and Biggie were going back and forth, but then when Pac dropped Hit 'Em Up, how did the atmosphere change and you guys account?
We was ready for war. We was ready. But Big and Puff was like, yo, we can't do that. We can't do that because that's only gonna lead to more black on black, fighting and infighting, and that right now, man, it's too much division in the world as it is right now. The last thing that we need to do is be beefing with each other, man. So Big and Puff called that off. You know what I mean? It's like, man, listen, he wanted to, trust me, he wanted to retaliate. He wanted to go back and forth, man. But Puff was like, yo, we can't do this, man. That ain't us. It's beneath us. We can't retaliate. All we're gonna do is just exacerbate it and keep it going. And we're trying to end it, man, because we knew where it was gonna head to, man. Like we just knew where it was headed, and we wanted to avoid that as much as we possibly could, man. And unfortunately, we weren't quick enough to make it happen.
Well, I just felt like that, at the time when 112 Only You came out or whatever, we just felt like that we were ready. We were ready. We had practice. We did everything we were supposed to do. We put in the work, and it was time for just a change in R&B. On the R&B side, we knew exactly what we were doing when we put the up tempo out, and we could have came out with a ballad, but we just felt like everybody was putting out ballads and everybody was being comfortable. So one thing about Bad Boy, we love to transcend everything. We like to change the nature of everything. So, as far as West Coast music is concerned, man, like we love the attributes of West Coast music. West Coast music at that time was using funk, but it had live bass guitar. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of DJ Quick. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we were in. We didn't really pay attention to like what everybody else was doing. We knew we had a sense of, like what we wanted to do or what we want to put our fingerprints. You know what I'm saying? In the sand in music.
Def Jam Bad Boy. Now, it was a point you guys were Bad Boy. What went wrong at Bad Boy that caused you guys to go to Def Jam? If anything went wrong, explain that transition, if you may.
Yeah, nothing really went wrong, man. It was more of a contractual situation. We felt like we wanted to get out of that production deal that we signed initially to Bad Boy. So for those that don't know, it was Arista, Bad Boy, production company 112. And, we signed what we signed because, we felt like at the time that was the only way that we would be able to, get on. But we knew that once the 7 years or the 7 albums were up, we were going to renegotiate and negotiate ourselves out of that production deal, which we felt like was very unfair. for us as far as finances go, and because the production company wasn't doing a lot of the production, it was really really us that was doing a lot of the production. It's one of those deals that, you know, as a new artist, you know, sometimes you sign so you can get on, but you knew that, you know, eventually that you were going to get out of it. And Bad Boy was unwilling to help us get out of that production deal, whereas Def Jam was very willing to get us out of that production deal.